It was an attempt to photograph homeless people as a homage to Edward Curtis's portraits of Native Americans at the turn of the century. I've always liked Curtis's work as a portrait photographer. And so when I did the Nomads, which I did late at night in the subways, I was thinking of Curtis's work. He was photographing a vanishing race. I was not photographing a vanishing race, but I was photographing people that I felt were on the verge of personal extinction because they're homeless. Piss Christ has been interpreted by many people in different ways, and I, as a Christian, was not even thinking about Christ in a way that was blasphemous, Actually, I wasn't thinking about Christ or religion much, really. When I did the immersion of Piss Christ, where I started to photograph objects and immerse them into pools of bodily fluids like piss, I was using the piss in a very abstract way, in a very aesthetic way. So I was not really thinking about the connotations or the implications of putting a crucifix in urine, because for me, as I said, I was using the piss simply as a vehicle, as a tool, almost painting with pigments, And so I never really thought of the moral consequences of combining piss and Christ together in a photograph and calling it Piss Christ. The work became very controversial. It's still controversial. And so over the years, I've had to come up with reasons for Piss Christ. If I had to put it in words, I'd say that Piss Christ is a reflection of my work, both as an artist and as a Christian. It's paying homage to Christianity and using bodily fluids in a very visceral way. And for me, it's not unlike when we speak of the body and blood of Christ. If we can speak about the body and blood of Christ, we can certainly look at the body and blood of Christ and know that he was made of, flesh and blood and bodily fluids such as urine. As an artist, I have no moral codes, and so I don't put any, I don't put any limits on my work, except legal ones. I wouldn't want to do anything illegal, but anything other than that is fair game. My criteria is more of an aesthetic criteria. And my social conscience is what dictates my work. If I feel I can live with this and do it, then I will. And so, I don't know what the social political climate is right now. It goes up and down, like most things. But I would say that I continue doing what I need to do. I explore the themes and ideas in my head. ever since Piss Christ, I've been seen as a controversial artist, and so it's almost like a reputation that I have to live up to. Many people are disappointed when my work is not controversial. These are the same people oftentimes who hate the work for being controversial and provocative. And so I have to really reassess myself as an artist often and think about whether or not this is what I want to do. And oftentimes it is, and it's not controversial, it's not provocative. But if I have to go to the limit, if I have to push buttons, I will. I don't shrink away from that. It's just that I feel like that's not all I have to do, because that's not all I intend to do. And so my work, really, I've often said that it's open to interpretation. And even though the interpretations are sometimes misguided, and they hurt my feelings, especially when they're very critical of work by people who don't even look at the work. Some of the harshest critics of my work are people who've never seen it. They've just heard about it. But as an artist, a long time ago, I realized that if I can take the heat, I'll stay in the kitchen. And so that's where I remain, in the kitchen.